Good morning everyone. Well, with the move happening at the end of the month, I have to empty the workshop. I've got all my stock in there at the moment and I need to put it somewhere. So as you see from behind, I'm not in the woods dumping a dead body, before anybody says anything. I am actually at the self-storage place. I've got myself a little unit that I'm going to put all my stock in and all my bits and bats out of my workshop for when we move, so everything's nice and safe, because I don't really want to be dropping on the floor or breaking or squashing any of the machines I've built. So everything's going to the unit. I'll show you it. It's really, really dinky. So the car is empty and I have a little unit. How dinky is that? It's a little garage for motorbikes and stuff like that, but it's all insulated inside. So the gazebo's there, the tables I take to the shows are there. I've also got all the stock that I've made. It's all complete, that's all in there. There's more stock I'm working on at home, so yeah, we are, oh, it's a bit echoey. We're going to have the unit probably for about 2-3 months, but yeah, it's cool. It's a lovely unit and it looks out onto the doggy walking trail. It's really nice here. I think there's probably bunnies somewhere, but I haven't seen them yet. They probably do the self-storage here. There's probably a little unit somewhere for keeping carrots in. I know I'm mad. Hey ho.
So it's Friday afternoon, gone lunch. What time is it exactly? I wonder. 2:10. Sun's shining. So horrible stuff. So I've just been to the post office just to drop off some website orders, so they're all done and dusted for the weekend. I've got my class tomorrow, so I need to do, or I've done my art journal page on my project for tomorrow. That's all done, dusted, uploaded and scheduled, ready to go, so I don't have to worry about that. So one of the things that I have been thinking about with the advent of moving is updating and replacing some of my old art resources, my stash, if you like. So since we've got the opportunity to clear out older stuff, I've got some paints that I've been hanging around for a long time that I don't use very often because I've got other paints. I've got my Deco White Americanas, I've got my Indigo Blues. So acrylic paints I'm talking about. So instead of having loads and loads of paints all the time, different ones, I thought, I have been thinking for a while, I wouldn't mind trying something a little bit more, what's the word, upmarket as far as acrylic paints are concerned. Now, two of the best acrylic paints that I've seen on the market, or that appear to be the best, are the Amsterdam acrylics by Royal Talons and the Liquitex, is it Liquitex, I think, acrylic paints. Liquitex ones are really difficult to get here in the UK and they're extremely expensive, whereas the Amsterdam by Royal Talons, which have also got a very good reputation, are quite difficult to get hold of, but not quite so expensive. So when you do find them, you can usually find them at reasonable prices. I recently discovered on a website a small set of Amsterdam acrylics that had 12 colours for less than £12, but they're only 20 mils, and these are them. So they're two sets of 6, so you get a white, a black, you get some nice warm tones, and then you get your primaries and that kind of stuff, as well as yellow ochre and burnt sienna. Is it burnt sienna? Burnt umber, and that kind of sort of thing in there. Now what I wanted to do with these is to test them for viscosity, if you like, to see whether or not they are heavy bodied or whether they're runny and weak and all the rest of it. Now on each one of these it has a little code on it which tells you how opaque it is and how light fast it is, and they all look pretty good, to be honest. So I'm actually looking forward to breaking these out. Now when you put it into perspective, 20 mils is around about the same sort of amount of paint that you get in an indigo blue bottle of paint, the new size bottles of paint. So they're about the same, and they're about the same sort of price as well. So, but getting this for that was absolutely amazing. It was a brilliant price. So I'm very, very pleased to have got those. Whether I can actually resist temptation in using them before I move is a whole different matter. So I've arrived at the class, I'm in the kitchen, just made myself a cup of coffee. So people have started to arrive. Just a few, not many. Kay's already here, Alfie's already here somewhere. That's Andy there. So more people have started to arrive now. Not quite everybody's here yet. So, are you ready?
What, ready for action?
Yeah, ready for
I
action.
am. Let me just finish my biscuit. I've got my cup of tea. I have my tools of my trade, and I'm raring to go.
And I'm primed for action.
Yeah, I've got my crafting mates with me.
It's Monday morning, the 17th of March. So normally at this point, I'm on my way to mum and dad's. But this morning, Ian's had to go down to the doctor's for his B12 injection. So I'm having to set off a little bit later. So yeah, the Andy Skinner workshop this weekend. So 2 days. I don't know whether I actually said it was 2 days, but it was 2 days. I've got my project from Saturday, which is here. That's the project that we did on Saturday. Just look at that rust and patina, absolutely fantastic. There is a space here, mainly because the image that was being stamped on there was a little bit too feminine for me. So I'm going to put something else there. So I deliberately left that blank. So this is unfinished. So I will finish it. But it will be a kind of rusty, grungy, kind of like with this finish effect on here to keep it in keeping with the rest of the frame. It does hang. It did provide a pole to turn it into a clock if you wanted to. You didn't have to put this on if you didn't want to. You could turn it into a clock if you wanted to. Didn't want to turn it into a clock, but yeah, really enjoyed doing that. Lots of lovely techniques, lots of new products that I didn't know was out there on what you could do with it, which was good. Excellent for that. The second project was a brand new technique to me, which was how to get this 3D cellular kind of effect on the front of this book box. Now, unfortunately, being rather cack-handed with delicate stuff, I broke mine. So I broke this bit down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the book section that was supposed to go in here, these kind of end bits, I'm going to replace it with just a standard tray fitting, so that it'll still be a book box. It's one of those ones with a live edge, you see, so it bends. And again, fabulous front. Yeah, this technique was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun to do. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to replace the inside with a tray, and then I'm going to line it with rice paper. So what I'm going to do is I will do a video where I finish these off, and I'll show you how I finish these ones off from the workshop. So yeah, it was a good laugh, had lots of fun. Nice just to spend a weekend doing crafty things and spending it with, you know, like-minded people. So it was really, really nice. So anyway, so as soon as Ian gets back from the doctor's, I will be jumping in the car and then going over to do some shopping for Mum and Dad. So I will catch up with you all later.
Well, we've started packing. Nipper's not keen. Nipper is in there. But Bentley is completely worn out with the whole affair. And Bentley is having a snuggle in the spare bed. Because it's all a bit much for him. And he's not liking this at all. I don't think he likes the upset. I'm not keen of the upset either, but hey ho.
Somebody's making the most of the sunshine coming through. So, there we go. Wardrobe and chest of drawers duly dismantled and disposed of. So there we go. So all we have to do now is to dismantle that, but since we've got a sitting tenant, it may be a bit difficult. Maybe do it later. Look at the baby. Oh, it's laid across the bed and he's actually flattened it. What a numpty. Yeah. Nipper's in the room here. Packing boxes, getting ready to go. Nippy's in the sunshine there, look. Squatting. So today, at the minute, we are halfway through filming Ian's Ian O'Clock project. And you can see this is proper behind the scenes, isn't it? So as you can see on the TV there, you can just make it out.
Yeah, that's what you can see, but it's actually not recording because I'm just painting some boring piece.
But that's what we use as a monitor so we can see whether we're in frame or in shot or anything. And then you don't normally get to see this angle of my little work desk. There we go. So this is a steampunk tag that you're doing.
Yeah, giant steampunk tag. Featuring the Gentleman of Science.
The Gentleman of Science. So that's the book there, The Gentleman of Science. And this is on sale at the moment, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
$9.99 instead of $14.99.
So there you go. So they're on sale at the moment. Grab them while you can, while stocks last.
There aren't many.
No, there's not many left.
I just don't want to take them with me.
So I was going to say something then. I've completely forgotten what it was. Never mind. It'll come to me. I've just remembered what it was I was going to say. Okay. Yes. So if you missed Ian O'Clock on Tuesday, because obviously if you're watching this after Thursday, then you'll be able to pop back and watch it and see exactly what he got up to and what the finished item looked like.
It's going to be fabulous.
It is. If I remember, I might try and put one of those iCardy things up in the corner.
Oh yeah, like they're on proper telly.
Like they're on proper telly, yeah. So you can go.
Please push the red button for further information.
That's the one, yeah. Bit of a switch round today. The vlog this week has encroached into Thursday. Yesterday, Wednesday, when I normally take Mum and Dad out or Mum shopping, we had an appointment in Doncaster instead. So I said I was going to swap over the shopping days so that I took her shopping on Thursday instead. Going forward, it won't make any difference what day of the week we go because she'll be under the one roof with us. So according to the solicitors, we exchanged contracts yesterday. So that means the only thing left to do now is transfer the money and then transfer ownership, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's going to be the 28th of March, as we've said previously. So next week is going to be mad, absolutely mad, because everything's happening next week. I have to take Mum to go get her eyes tested. Then I've got to go take her to have a CAT scan because, you know, they need to scan for this Parkinson's disease that they think that she's got, and not dementia, but Parkinson's disease. And then the very next day, the removal company's arriving to start packing up the house. So yeah, next week is going to be mad, mad, mad. Yeah, that mad.
Hello everyone. I've got some new header cards. Totally excited. Normally we print them out on craft paper, don't we, Mike?
We do.
But now I've had them printed on a 170 gram and they are full colour and they create really lovely and they are fab.
Lovely. And they're also recyclable.
They are also completely recyclable, yeah. These are my new lights that I've got. They're ring lights. They are very, very bright.
Very bright.
When I get the stand made to show you what they look like, I will show you them all lit. But there's one on the machine here.
Just mind your eyes, everyone. And you won't be able to tell really that.
That's in the daytime.
Yeah. I'm holding the phone up in front of it just so that I'm not looking at it directly, because it blinds you. It really does.
You end up with rings on your eyes. But how fab is that? So I've got red, green, and blue. Just mean for me to try. I've just got 19 of it. I've got 20 of each, but there's one for to go on the display. But they're different. So when I get them on the website, you'll get the battery lead, and the light itself.
Battery terminal and the actual light.
Yeah. And then I think they'll be brilliant. I was saying to Mike yesterday, when we were out for lunch with Ken Alfie, that these would be brilliant for Halloween to put behind a Frankenstein because they are really bright green, aren't they?
Or a vampire.
Or something gothic. So yeah, they'll be going on the website soon, probably early next week, just before we move. Because obviously the website, don't forget, next Wednesday evening, say 10:30ish, 11 o'clock our time, the website will be going offline and we will be shut for...
Not the website, just the shop.
The shop.
Yeah, we're just going to close the shop for a couple of days until our internet in the new house is back up and running again.
Yeah.
So last order date is going to be, or the last kind of order and process will be the 26th.
It will, then everything will be packed by the movers on the 27th.
Yeah.
So unless you're going to send me cream cakes, I'll give you the address. You'll have to wait.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.